To all of my followers and subscribers that I've obtained over the last year and change from my Madden draft class videos, I know you've been waiting a while. A lot of y'all have been commenting and giving feedback, looking for draft classes for this year. And if you have been following me closely, you know part of the reason why there hasn't been any classes done yet is because of the draft class glitch, where if you download a draft class and you import it into your franchise, then all of the big players like offensive linemen and defensive tackles would have wide receiver builds. And I did videos being adamant about this needing to be fixed and how I was never doing any more draft classes until this was addressed. And of course, I did another video once Madden addressed this and fixed it and improved it. I announced that it was fixed and that my draft classes would officially be back. Well, now I'm here to give you an update because it has been a while since they fixed this feature. And I'm here to give you an update to let you know that the draft class, my first draft class, will be available to the public in roughly 2 weeks. I can't give you an exact date because of the way my scheduling and everything is going, but in roughly 2 weeks, this draft class will be available to everyone. Right now, I'm trying to finish up on the offensive side of the ball, and then I'm going to go ahead and brush up on the defensive side of the ball and get everything squared away. And once I do that, and after we draft in our online league, is when the draft class will be available to everyone. So before I get into some of the players that you can expect in my upcoming year one draft class, let me go ahead and put out a disclaimer right quick. And I have to do this, and I'll probably do this at the beginning of every video. So for those who follow me, just disregard this. If you want to fast forward through the video, fast forward. But I'm only doing this because of the confusion and the negative feedback that I got last year from all my draft class clips that I was posting, and people seeing them on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, for all that matters. They might just see the clip and not have watched my full videos. They don't understand my process in making these draft classes. I'm not making a draft class identical to real life. My draft classes are made identical to the draft classes that leave in my dynasty on College Football 26. So the way I conduct my draft classes, which is how I started doing last year, is that I go based off of my dynasty. So essentially, my draft classes are an export and import from College Football 26 to Madden 26. I'm just copying the players that left in my dynasty in College Football 26 into Madden 26. And I'm tweaking their ratings some. And for those who have been downloading my draft classes, I will say that you will be disappointed with a slight change that I'm making in my draft classes this year. As last year, I kept everybody, all the players' speed and acceleration, change of direction, and agility the same. And the reason for that method was because in my mind, a lot of things might dip when you go to the NFL. But one thing that always sticks with you is if you have speed, you have speed. If you have your motion, you have your motion. You have change of direction, all of that. That should stay the same. Now, your other skills would dip. Your awareness, that's questionable because the NFL and college football are two totally different things. But speed, you're always going to have your speed. So that was my reasoning for being able to keep the player's speed, acceleration, agility, change of direction, all the same. I didn't do that this year because it got a little OP last year. Last year, there was so many players with 99 speed, 99 acceleration, 98 speed, 97 speed, so on and so forth, that it was just too OP. So what I did this year was I went ahead and dialed it back, and certain players, I took about 4 to 5 points off of their speed, acceleration, agility, change of direction. So it's not dramatic, but you will notice a difference. And it's only right, because even in the days where you actually could export your draft class from college football and import it into Madden, there was a significant drop off. Like my drop off, the 4 to 5 points isn't even significant. I should be doing more, honestly. But there was a significant drop off back then between the two games. You would have somebody that was in college football that had 94 speed and then get to Madden, they're at 86. Now see, I ain't do all of that. All I did was drop 4 to 5 points. Some people I gave a little grace to and only dropped like 2 or 3 points. But the reason why I got the number that I came up with is I went and looked at some players that are rookies in Madden now, and I went and looked at their ratings in college football 25. So say, for instance, Isaiah Bond. In college football 25, Isaiah Bond's speed is a 99. His acceleration is I think it's like a 98, 99. I used the reference off of Google because I uninstalled college football 25, so I don't have it anymore. But I used a ratings engine off of Google. And his rating, his speed was 99, acceleration was about 98, 99. But in Madden this year, his speed is a 93 and his acceleration is a 94. So you can see there's about a 4, 5, 6 point dip. His change of direction in college football was in the 90s. In Madden, his change of direction is a 73. Now see, I didn't drop change of direction that drastically. I only dropped it 10 points. So everything else, agility, speed, acceleration, I dropped 4 to 5 points. But change of direction, I dropped 10 points because there is a big dip, but I'm not dipping as much as EA did with college football and Madden. So, and again, another player that you use for example is Travis Hunter. His speed in college football, if I'm not mistaken, was I think it was like, I gotta go look at it again, but it was up there too. It was like 95, 96. And in Madden, it's a 93. So you can see where you can get an idea for where I'm coming from. The same thing with Matthew Golden. Matthew Golden was up there. His speed was like a 96 or so, 97. In Madden, it's a 91. Now his acceleration is a 97, but you see where I'm coming from. So don't be too disappointed. There is a little dip, but my draft classes are always going to be strong no matter what. So if you like the theme and the aspect of a exported and imported draft class, feel free to download this draft class because that's what this will be. But if you're looking for a direct, realistic draft class to real life, players that are actually going to come out or players that are actually predicted to come out in real life, this isn't the class for you. So you can go ahead and skip over this video because that's not what this is. This is simply a export and import of draft class from college football to Madden. The only thing is I'm actually editing them. So I have my reference videos that I follow from the players that left in my dynasty, and I'm putting them in Madden. With all that being said and done, some players you can expect, and I'm only going to name like some quarterbacks, some running backs, a couple wide receivers, etc., because I'm still on the offensive side of the ball and I'm still going through who left and who I'm putting in Madden. But a few players to name that are in this class so far would be John Mateer, Cade Klubnik, Garrett Nussmeier, Drew Aller, Carson Beck, Avery Johnson. You have Luke Altmaier in there. You also have Byron Brown. You also got Jalen Daniels from Kansas. You also have Haynes King, Jeremiah Love, Nick Singleton, Katron Allen, and so on and so forth. And like I said, right now we're still working on the offensive players, but soon I'll be working on the defensive side. And like I said, in about 2 weeks, I should be finished with this class and it should be going live. So in order to stay tuned and stay up to speed on my draft classes, not just this one, but the future draft classes, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button and click that notification tab so you can stay up to speed with more of this draft class content for Madden 26. Again, I appreciate you all for tuning in. That's been my time. Till next time.